Hey guys, it's Damned here. We hit a bit of a wall and I haven't put up a video for a bit over a day in the series. I want to try and knock this off, but I've been working on class leveling up, which is far too complicated for me to transfer into the Ruleset Wizard at the moment. My leveling up process, which was borrowed heavily from AD&D and stuff that AD&D Mike or Celestian was working on. It's the system that I use in Morecore, and it's very flexible, very cool, and I've brought that system over, but I'm not going to convert that into a Ruleset Wizard version. Basically what I've done there is created an XML document and I've put all my classes in here. I've got PC class header, ref class stats, ref class advancement header, ref PC class details, ref class advancement, reference class advancement, PC class header, PC class stats, all of these. I have copied over some scripts, function resolve ref node, add class DB, and add class level, and of course I've had to customize these based on the rule set system and stuff that we're doing. There's also several sets of scripts. So there's a script here on the level field. I removed the script from that one, didn't need it. I've got a script on the sheet here on drop. So there's a few things going on here, and I'm not going to convert that stuff into the Ruleset Wizard at this time. Certainly it's something I may do later on, but it's involved, it's a big project on its own, and it's not essential, but I'm also not going to include it in this tutorial series. It'll take me a couple of hours of video, and I don't have the time or the energy to do that at this point in the stage. I need to get this project finished. So moving on, I'm going to be looking at doing the last few steps before we jump into the combat tracker. So I've made a couple of edits to this sheet, some of which are showing up in here and some of which are not, but basically this hit points field here, I've changed this to a red field. I'm going to just copy this field here. The field I copy doesn't really matter. Oops, don't need to unlock it. I just want the positioning of the text. I'm going to lock that. I'm going to get rid of the code. I'm going to call this one wounds, or damage. We're going to go with wounds. I've locked it. The default value is going to be 0. I don't know what the max value will be. I don't know, it's essential. The field will not be read only. The field will basically be, there'll be no rolling on this field. Let's get rid of this other stuff. Basically what's going to happen is when this field changes, so we're going to do something like function on value changed. We're going to run the script. So we're going to have to So we're going to identify the character sheet, and we're going to send that to a script called update health, which we don't have just yet. So that's field 1, and let's lock that. We need to do the same on this field, which is your max hit points, and basically they're going to update this field. So when your max hit points updates, or when your wounds updates, when your max hit points updates or when your wounds update, the hit points, the actual hit point total should update as well. So that's what we're aiming to do here. And so we need to go and create a script in manager car. So let's start with this one. Update AC, it's going to be quite similar to that, I imagine. Update health, no car. Okay, so local n HP max is going to be equal to no car get child HP max. That's the field in the character sheet. And then we've got local n wounds. It's going to be get child wounds. And then local n HP, which will be our actual hit point, will be equal to n HP max minus n wounds. And then we're going to do no car get child HP set value n HP, and that might be it. That might be all we have to do. Let's push it and see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to open up character sheet here. I've got some debug on here. /debug. Let's leave it on. So to get that debug command up there, which I only just found out about, I only just tried for the first time today, it's /debug on, and basically when you hover over an object, it tells you a little bit about it. So at the moment I'm hovering over weapon list, which is a list, and it's got a frame called weapons frame, and it's in a window class called car sheet main, and you can see it's a type window list. If I hover over sword, we can see it's sword specifically as a string control. Its window is window detail, which is the window class that defines this line, and the control name is called name. If I go over this one, it's going to be control is called damage, and the frame, that's that red background, is called string dark, etc. So we can see a whole bunch of information there. Really cool, really useful for various things. But what we're just trying to do at the moment is we've got our hit points max, and we've got hit points, and we've got wounds. And I've got to change the tooltip there. Okay, and I've also got to change the color of this font to white. Okay, so I changed this from 0 to 2, and we got an error. So line 16 in manager car, let's go check it out. Line 16, so it's either this one, NHP max minus N wounds, or this is the issue. So let's check our, you know what, this is actually supposed to be called HP current, I think. Push it, we'll just double check. This is called HP current, and this one's called HP max. I wonder if that really should be called HP current. I think actually it should just be called HP. I'm going to change it here to HP, and I'm going to change my script back to HP. Let's push this again, and we'll test it out. Okay, so my hit points here are listed as 0. We need to set this on the init as well. So I changed this to 3, which we still can't read. Change this to 4, and my hit points goes down to 5. So wounds are now 5, and my hit points are 4. Wounds are 6, hit points 3. If I change my max hit points up to 16, and I've got 6 wounds, my hit points are now 10. So that's working really well, but I do need to change this to a white font, and I need to change the tooltip, and I need to set it to action on init as well. So what we want to do, everything there is fine. Over here on the car sheet, go to hit points, change my font color to white, and I'm going to set my code here on init. Got no idea if the order of this matters, if on init needs to be called first or not. I don't think it does. Anyway, on init will run on value changed, and that should kick it off. So I think that that's doing what we need it to do. We're going to do the combat tracker next. Alright, see you soon.